All right, gone by there was our special feature on the art of comic making. I hope you enjoyed it, because now we're going to actually interview a comic artist with us today. His name, I won't tell you, but he's usually known as Tani Arts. So check out his amazing story, his journey despite being a sickle cell survivor and fighter, what he does and why he enjoys doing what he does despite the challenges. So check this out, and I'll be right back.
Calling me a monster, calling us fake. No way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster just cause we say it. We're from the block where it rains, where we create barricades, keep our position away. That's why we strap with the case. Don't get kidnapped from your place, cause it could happen today, not knowing how to behave.
My name is Tenimu Ibrahim, aka the Tani Art. I'm from Kogi State, local government Adavi. I schooled in University of Abuja but graduated in Base University. I'm an accountant and I'm a comic designer, a comic artist, a comic creator, or a content creator. And most importantly, I am SS, I'm a sickler. Okay, as a sickler, when I was young, I would say I was stubborn. I wanted to do what everybody was doing. I wanted to play football, I wanted to play basketball, I wanted to do everything everybody was doing. So long my brother could do it, I believed I could do it too. But growing up, I realized there were other things I could do that would not jeopardize my health, like writing, drawing, talking, painting, and just loving art. Meanwhile, from the beginning, I've been a comic lover. I loved Marvel and DC. I still love Marvel and DC comics. I read them a lot. I follow them a lot. And I realized, okay, if I could draw, let me go into what I love. Let me do what I'm passionate about. And that was how I started. So growing up, the pains were still there. I was still passing through crisis, but art was something that I would say kept me going. It was something I wanted to do by force, by fire. I must do it. I didn't even know that there were comics in Nigeria to even start with until I met with my friend Mohammed Abadi on Facebook, and he's a digital artist. So he told me about things that were going on in Lagos, and going to Lagos for the first time for the second comic convention. I met accountants, I met lawyers, I met doctors. So it gave me that sense of balance, that I could do what I love and also do what I'm studying in school. And I graduated, and by God's grace, I went for my professional exams. I'm done with my professional exams, but I still want to move on with my passion. And that's how I put them together. When I started going into comics professionally, I realized my strong points weren't in anatomy. That's the human form. That wasn't my strong point. I was better at environment. So I got a team, because I believe I don't have all the answers. I can't know everything. So that is where their specialty is. Like the artist, when I sketch and I give him something that I want and he fleshes it out, he gives me reasons why this should be like this should be like this. And sometimes we argue about it, but at the end of the day, we come to an agreement and we bring out the best in what we want. That's how it goes till the colors, then the designs, and so on.
You know we come from a place where people smile but it's fake. How could they smile if you look around? They surrounded by pain. I seen the sky turn to gray. It took the light from the day. It's like the heads of the state ain't comprehending the hate that the oppression.
Elements is the one I've been working on, but there are other stories. All my stories, I got them from when I was in secondary school. I started working on them since when I was in secondary school. Elements is just one of 5 that I'm working on. Growing up, from the beginning, I knew this was something I wanted to do. As I said in the beginning, I said I didn't even know that comics existed in Nigeria. So I even thought I was going to be the first person to do comics in Nigeria, until I found out that such things were already existing in places like Lagos. So you should know what you want to do, how far you want to go, know your story, know the people you need to work with, because no one is an island. You can't work alone. And lastly, you should be strong enough to take criticisms, no matter how bad it is, because that is where you grow from. You won't grow from the praises. There's hope, actually. In fact, in Lagos, when I went for Lagos Comic Con in 2013, that was the 2nd edition, because it's every year. The first one they had, I don't think they were up to 100. I don't think they were up to 100 that attended. The one I went for, I think there were about 500 or so that attended. When I attended in 2016, they were in thousands. So it grows. That's just the Comic Con. It grows every year, and people are recognizing our work. For someone like me who reads comics, there are Nigerian comics that are better than foreign comics, actually. And we're actually getting there. We just need to be patient, focused, and do the right thing. Learn from the right people. As a sickler, I will speak to both sicklers and non-sicklers. For sicklers, I want them to know that whatever you want to do with your life is possible. You just need to be determined. You just need to be focused. You just need to go the extra mile and break those barriers that people have put on you. And for the general public, for the youths, we should know where we are. We should know ourselves, know our limits, and break barriers. We shouldn't take what people tell us. We should learn how to sieve. When people speak, we should learn how to sieve and take the good and drop the bad and move on. To me, I believe that the end of life is death. So there's no stopping until you're dead.